was like, what the heck am I gonna do? And someone was like, you have an extra room in your townhouse, like you should rent it out. And I was like, probably not, but when you need the money, you need the money. And so
What's up, guys? Mike Holt here. If you're looking to get into short-term rentals, Airbnb, VRBO, things like that, just wrapped up a great interview with Jacinda, the queen of Airbnb. Some really good insight on how to get started, and if you've already started, some things to possibly tweak if you're looking to maximize your profit. So, without doubt, we'll just jump right into it. What's up, guys? Mike Holt here. I am with Jacinda, the queen of Airbnb, and today we're going to go over some of the best things to know about short-term rentals.
whew, excited. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So tell me a little about yourself and what you do.
So I am Jacinda Neustel. I got into Airbnbs in 2018. I couldn't afford rent one month, and I was like, "What the heck am I gonna do?" And someone was like, "You have an extra room in your townhouse, like you should rent it out." And I was like, "Probably not, but when you need the money, you need the money." And so I gave it a shot. I had like my grandma's quilts on the beds that I
Wow.
got from someone else. Like it was not great, but I got my foot in the door kind of thing. And then once I was able to get on my feet more, I got to buy a fixer-upper, and so I could rent out those rooms and stuff like that on Airbnb. I got a lot of travel nurses during COVID time, so I really enjoyed that. They were really fun to meet. And then I was able to scale and get like they're called rental arbitrage properties. So like I rent from a landlord with the understanding I will do Airbnbs with that. So that's allowed me to scale this year, and then other people that reached out about wanting me to do it then, because it used to be like the crazy girl that has strangers come stay with me, but it kind of worked out for me.
So early on, did you do it kind of like on the down low, unofficially?
Yeah, especially because it's super against your lease if you have like an apartment or a townhouse to do it. So it's definitely like on a hush hush, and especially like when I was like trying to pitch to like a property owner about the sublease thing, I was like, I don't really know. This is what you want to do. Like I hadn't had any training on like how to pitch to people, and it was thank goodness he said yes, because I was like, I don't know what I'll do. He was awesome.
So when was it that you made the switch to like officially go and do kind of your official own Airbnb type stuff?
Yeah, I was on the phone with my friend, and he was like, "Well, how much are your rooms making in my own house?" And something like that. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I think I replaced my day job." And I had an unfortunate day at work, and I was complaining to I still had my day job, and I was complaining to my coworker, and she was like, "Yeah, you don't even need this," and I was like, "Yeah, I don't even need this," and
Mhm.
so I would never have thought that that's how things were gonna. I thought I was gonna stay that job for years and just do this on a side hustle, and just that would just be extra income. But that was the exact push that I needed to be like, okay, now what? Like, go get another one, and then after that, go get another one. Here's the start of it.
So how many are you at currently?
We're at 41.
Wow.
41 right
Wow.
now. Yeah.
How much time per week would you say it takes to manage all that?
I have a really, really wonderful assistant. So now I think honestly I maybe spend like an hour or two a day on it. Granted, of course, there's some like days, especially at the end of the month when you have to run like reports and stuff like that, or you know, if you have something awful that happens at a property, like there's going to be some more handling of that. But honestly, it's pretty freaking passive. Like the whole idea of like you're supposed to collect checks in your sleep. Like I wake up and like there's rent
Oh,
money.
there's money.
Yeah,
Sweet.
yeah, it's the American dream.
So do you do Airbnb, VRBO, anything
I
else?
actually haven't ventured into VRBO because originally I was just renting out rooms, and
Mm.
VRBO doesn't allow that. So primarily we've been sticking with Airbnb, and then Furnish Finders is a site for like travel nurses and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
And so it's a lot different than Airbnb, but it's these people that they need housing for like 3 months, and they don't want to like move all their stuff.
Awesome. For someone that's looking to get into short-term rentals, what would you say is like the things they should consider before even kind of getting into it?
Yes, I would make sure to buy right. Like, make sure that your whatever property that you're going to buy, that it still works as a long term. Like, we love the high end like profitability that you can make on short term, but like if the market dips or something like that, if a recession happens and people don't want to travel anymore, you got to make sure that's still going to make sense as the long term. Or my new idea has been like, okay, if a recession comes, like get a luxury house,
Hmm.
because while the middle class like us might not be traveling, like people that have luxury money to spend, they're probably still gonna have a
Makes
good
sense. So have you ventured out into getting like full houses that you're Airbnb in? What's your kind of go-tos when it comes to like the amenities that you
time.
try to
Yes.
make sure that you have?
Yes. Obviously, dishwasher. Washer dryer. People don't really want to go somewhere else for that kind of stuff. I know that I don't. Central air. I know you can kind of get away sometimes, especially in like the Midwest where we have a lot of ours and like window units, but it's pretty preferred to have a central AC and stuff like that. But in areas like Arizona, like have a pool. Like I know that my friends and I, when we travel somewhere, like I don't want to go to Arizona if there's not gonna be a pool.
Yeah, basically, almost every house needs a pool here in Arizona.
Yes, correct. And central air,
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think? What's your thoughts on like themed Airbnbs?
I think it's so important to figure out what type of guest you want to have. Because for the longest time, I was like, well, I want to host them all, but like, then you end up so broad that you're not actually getting one person. And so to really like fine tune who your customer is, and so like some people like they theme their whole house for like bachelorette parties and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that, or Disney themed ones or something like that. So while it seems like you would be narrowing your pool of people. It actually like really pushes you to be like very specific, and people like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's definitely something we're both learning in the medicine
Yes,
business stuff.
yes,
Find your ideal client and like be sniper focused on that type of
yes,
stuff.
yes. No shotgun method.
Yeah. So for someone that may have already started this and they're struggling, they're pushing against a wall, what are the things that they should maybe think about or consider to improve what their systems are,
Yeah.
kind of profit more?
Yes. So I got this website that like integrates all my calendars into one, so that I'm not having a double booking is literally the end of the world. So have a calendar that integrates them all. And then for a while, I had used this software service that would like do automatic replies. So then you get penalized if you don't reply so fast. So I was like, oh, I'll have this software and they'll just do all the FAQs, but it feels kind of robotic. So now I just have my assistant do it, which I'm super grateful for her. But for someone that maybe isn't to a point where they can hire a full assistant, you can do virtual assistants online. They're like $3-5 an hour, and they're in the Philippines, so like that's a really notable wage there. Like you're not undercutting them. They're happy to work for that, and like honestly, you can just train them to whatever you want to have them do.
Makes sense. Do you think right now, with the way the market's kind of shifted, both here in Phoenix and across the country, do you think now is a good time to invest in short-term rentals?
I still do. Like I know that it's hot right now, and like everyone wants to get into it. So make sure to run the numbers of. I always say like provide what the market doesn't have. So if there's a ton of one bed, two bed, one bath Airbnbs. Like maybe get a 5 bed one or something
Mm-hmm.
like that. Provide what the market already doesn't have. And like the smaller towns in the Midwest, that like Fort Wayne is only 250,000 people. Like I was like, who comes to Fort Wayne? But like we got 40 of them there, so it's working out. Don't sleep on the little cities either.
Have you? Do you know anything about glamping and stuff of that nature? What's your thoughts on that?
I think that's the perfect thing, or like the tiny homes too,
Mm-hmm.
especially because then like you could have one plot of land with like each individual. Because everyone, I know that when my friends and I travel, like we want to have our own room, but we don't want to be so far away from each other. So like if you had a whole plot of land where you got like 5 little campers on there and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that, like that'd be perfect.
Awesome. Yeah, I know. I I was looking into doing this last year. Is getting into glamping and doing something around the Grand Canyon
Oh
or up
my
around there.
gosh, that would be beautiful.
So yeah, like the short-term rental game, it's a lot of opportunity
Yes.
if you can manage it,
Yes.
basically. But this is really good info. Is there anything else you want to kind of leave the people? Any tips, tricks, things of
Um,
that nature?
Mainly just provide value. Like, this is the hospitality business, and don't be in there just to make money. Like, you actually want to provide this service
Mhm.
for them. Genuinely care about the guests that you have.
Awesome. Make it an A plus
Yes.
experience.
Yes. Not just get it done. You want to do it well.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jacinda.
Yeah.
I do want to shout out you have a brand new coaching program.
I do. Yes.
So if you're looking to do short term rentals, find out more tips and tricks behind the scenes, I will drop a link in the description below. So definitely check that out. But thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me. That's great.